You fucking dunce. You fucking dunce. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I need the stand.
Is this going to amplify at all?
What?
Oh, the mic's going to amplify?
No. We're just talking to each other. Why do you need this amplify?
I don't know. Fuck, with Goblin and Ogre they did a bit.
Amplify my dirty taint ripping ass.
Nice. We are rolling now, by the way.
Nice. That's the way to open it.
All right, get your ass over here. God, what are we doing?
What are you doing?
It's tomorrow in this bitch.
I need to hear your Kill Tony minute right now, dude.
No, we're not doing that.
Matthew prepared his.
I'm ready.
We're already starting out
fuck,
cringy as
Mike.
fuck. This guy's spazzing out.
Did you hit on or what? Huh? You hit on? Oh! There's a ghost in here. Clean up later.
We're just gonna leave that there.
I think that was the bylaw officer too. I think that was probably something
guys.
happened. All right, we're here in the Ghost of Keys Comedy Club. This is wonderful. A table.
We're at the spot, Keys Comedy Club, Zesty Burger location. They
Yeah.
try to shut us down,
Yeah.
and this isn't a show. This is just
yeah.
it's legal. Nothing illegal about this.
Yeah.
Barely legal.
I mean, a ghost of an open micer who hung themselves in the bathroom just flipped that table. So
Yeah, we
We're
have
really-
a table flip already.
This was a fun place,
no
though. The
good.
Royal was very fun.
The Royal, yeah.
Very
R.I.P.
fun.
So many comedy shows died in this very location.
yeah,
How many?
a lot of them.
Literally, like
I saw Mark Norman, that other fat guy from New York here.
Yeah. Sam Talent,
No, the blobby looking guy.
Which what?
Rob Kelly.
Rob Kelly,
Yeah.
Bob Kelly, Bobby Kelly.
Yeah. He was here. Very short.
He
Is
was
he
cool.
short?
Yeah, he was a lot shorter than I
Yeah.
thought he would be.
His
I thought he would be
personality
like
is much
I thought
taller.
he was like White Patrice almost.
Kinda
Like he was this
kingpin,
towering
6'2",
dude.
Vincent
Yeah,
D'Onofrio look.
he looked like that guy for sure. Yeah.
Turned
and
out
then-
he was a 5'1".
Yeah.
Kind of still fat.
Yeah, he's just Jim Norton from a different universe.
Jim Norton,
almost.
he rules. His new podcast is
They
very
both
funny.
rule. I'm not
Yeah.
dissing them. I think they're fucking great.
Yeah.
But there is a resemblance.
What do you think of Jim's Transformer man wife?
Are they
What's her
married? They're married?
What's her
Allegedly,
name?
Yeah.
Are they? What do you mean allegedly? There's like
No, they're allegedly married. I wasn't there when they signed the paperwork. I'm just saying they're allegedly married.
You look
My
like you were.
parents are
You look like
allegedly
you were
married.
fucking
Well, I actually,
officiating.
matter of fact, guys, I want to tell you this. I found him that trans wife. She was on my roster when I was a pimp, and I hooked little Jimmy up
when
with
you
her.
were a FUBU pimp.
When you were a
FUBU
when you,
pimp.
when you
That's
weren't
bias for
when
the
you weren't
culture.
snooping, when you weren't lifting
That's
up
a
the
great
caution tape
screen
and
cap.
snooping through Diddy's fucking mansion.
Oh,
when I wear
God.
this outfit, all I want to do is drink Grape Crush, and I can't tell you why. But that's all I want.
You really do look like a DEI breakdance coach. I said that before.
Not quite there. Not quite there.
okay.
You
A
tried.
A
You
DEI.
tried.
You know what?
breakdance
You tried.
coach.
You
No,
tried.
he fucking likes it. Go fuck yourself.
No, I'm laughing.
Hey, you did your best.
Yeah.
Isn't that the worst thing? So you get off, you go, hey, how'd that set go? You're like,
Hey,
you did your best.
I'm really making an attempt. I'm
appreciate
really
it.
trying.
Or this is the worst thing you get off. Somebody goes, you had fun up there, didn't you? Yeah. And you go, well, I didn't until you just said that. Now I'm miserable. Yeah.
Yeah,
you look like you had fun up there?
just be happy. I'm not one of those guys who gets off stage like that was really great, wasn't it? And nobody.
The guy who
Oh,
always...
wait, you ask about your own set?
Well, yeah. After somebody bombing,
Yeah.
comes. We know people like this.
Yeah.
Who
Oh,
will
yeah,
get
that
off
was good,
stage
yeah.
and they will legitimately. They just literally. There are people walking. There's a guy slitting his wrists in the corner.
Yeah.
And he's going, yeah, no, dude. So that was like a crush, right? It was like a real
Would you categorize that as a crush?
man.
I wish I filmed that for Skankfest, but...
The illusion that certain comics have,
Yeah.
or I guess the delusions.
I mean, we were just talking about going to open mics when we just started and fucking being pumped about it. You have to pump yourself up to go to a room like this and,
There has to be... I mean, yeah, you need delusion. That's the problem. That's why too many people do this stuff, is because you need delusion to be good at it, but also the
Yeah.
worst people have delusion. So
Yeah.
how do you separate
yeah,
that?
you have to find a balance. Like you have to have some delusion of like, okay, this may work out, but that's not necessarily delusion. That is a possibility that
Yeah,
it could
no,
if you push
absolutely.
yourself.
Yeah.
and you're enough of a psychopath to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that brings you to Keys Comedy Club, and eventually, hey, Keys actually is, say what you want about Keys, but he's in the business of forming legends. All right, he's in the business of
Look at that wall, dude.
producing legendary comedians. Yeah,
Millions
wall-
and millions of views.
millions of views.
Legendary.
Yeah,
No,
we're
he's
actually
the man.
getting a sponsorship from Zesty Burger
Well,
for this podcast.
I wouldn't say their name.
Oh,
I
fuck, I'm
haven't
gonna
got a
bleep that
sandwich
out.
yet.
I'm gonna bleep that
I haven't
out.
got a
Yeah,
sandwich
I
yet.
really wouldn't.
Yeah,
No, this is we're in a disclosed location.
it's a secret
Or
location.
an
Somewhere in cum.
Fuck, this-
Canada,
this-
America, Mexico. Could be
Yeah,
anywhere in those
the
three
United
countries. They're
States
all
of
one
cum.
now.
That's the new
Come.
acronym for.
Yeah.
I
come.
should have made you do the podcast with this.
The Claire's mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how
I feel like it's a bad omen.
yeah.
I feel like we're gonna be in the middle of the podcast and somebody's gonna come in and shut us down.
Great footage, though. I mean,
Yeah,
clip it.
amazing
I mean,
footage.
that's
It's not gonna be.
Look at how.
not gonna be
oh
wonderful.
my god, this is.
What if they were planning a raid tonight and we're the only ones in here?
yeah.
And we end up
Just
getting booked and
podcasting?
processed.
Guys, I was actually really enjoying the conversation you were having about movies before I came here because I'm not. I mean, I watch movies, but I'm not a fucking nerd. Like, I mean, you guys were really going into it. So
Yeah. Well, this guy's
What
the
were you
prude who didn't
talking
like
to?
Honora.
well. I'll say
I'm not
what
saying. Okay,
yeah.
I will correct that. I'll amend that. You liked Honora 2/3 of the way through.
I said Honora's half a film, yeah. Because
Okay.
the first act is amazing. Second act is very good.
Sure.
Once we kind of know where this story is going to go, it's about an hour too long for me.
I'll have to hold it that close.
And yeah, I'm a big Sean Baker guy, but I
Yeah.
wish he edited it, made it a little tighter. The ending's great,
Yeah.
but it goes on and on once we already know what's going to happen.
Right. How many
What
times did you
is
see
Honora?
it? Honora, it's a movie about this young, like 25-year-old Russian stripper. She
I've
lives in
seen the
Brooklyn.
trailer for that.
She lives in Brooklyn, and she ends up
Mikey Madison,
going
shout
out
out.
with the son of like a Russian oligarch.
Right. I've
Yeah,
definitely
and she
seen
ends
it.
up marrying him, and it's like a Cinderella story with like a bit of a little Russian twist.
A24 is that what it is?
A24, yeah, it's
okay.
Sean Baker, the guy who
They've
did Florida Project.
They've
if you saw
been
that.
killing it. I don't know. Every good movie trailer I see seems to be A24 these days.
A24, every one of their movies is either about like a gay couple that's
Iron
getting
Claw.
chased by the Irish mob, or then it's like Iron Claw.
Yeah.
That was
and
about a
then
gay
it's
couple
another
also.
another one. It's just like, the devil lives next door to my house. It's
Yeah.
either horror or
Right.
What did you think of Longlegs?
I
didn't
liked
see
it.
that one either.
I feel like the way you feel about Honora, I feel about Longlegs.
Half a movie?
Yeah. I hate the devil shit. I hate that. You know what's great about Silence of the Lambs? It's based in reality. It's hyperbolic, kind of, but it's based in a
Once we found
reality.
out it's in the doll's head, shut up.
And it's like a
And also
weird.
the whole Nick Cage thing, I couldn't see past the meme. When he's doing the little voice,
Yeah.
I'm like, shut up. What
Well,
are we
that's one
doing?
of the things now is all these movies get spoiled by social media
Right.
almost immediately, right? They
I don't
become
think we
social
saw
media
Nick
trends.
before the movie came out, though. I think they were good with hiding him.
Anybody who didn't see it opening weekend, immediately
was
on the
a-
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's no good.
I saw a Nick Cage movie I actually enjoyed the other day, Renfield.
Yeah, it's
Didn't
okay.
see it.
Well,
it's very-
Awkwafina ruins it. Obviously, she's terrible, but yeah, I don't know. It's
Did
all
you
right.
see Dream Scenario?
Yeah,
Loved it.
yeah, I enjoyed it.
Loved
yeah.
it. That was another one
A
closer
friend
to
of
the
ours is
end,
in that
less.
movie.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Bar scene, I think.
Dream Scenario? What's that?
It's a very good Nick Cage movie. It's tough to explain. It's pretty much it's
so-
a
it's
friendlier
basically-
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay. Who's in that movie?
Nick Cage.
So Nick Cage is
He starts popping up in
basically
everyone's
he's a
dreams.
middle-aged college professor who is suddenly approached by random people in his life, saying, "This is kind of crazy, but I'm seeing you in my dreams." For
It's-
no reason
At
whatsoever.
first, it's positive.
Right.
It's an unexplained phenomenon, and then he becomes a celebrity because everyone around the world is now seeing this guy in their dream for no reason. They've never
Wow.
seen him before. Nothing.
That's
right?
a sick premise.
Okay, so
True.
it kind of
And Nick
goes.
Cage is very
there's
good
a
in it.
twist.
What
but
year is this?
It becomes kind of this
About a year
allegory
ago.
for modern fame and cancel culture, and it's actually a pretty ballsy movie. In a
There's
lot
one of
ways.
the best scenes especially of last year. I think
Yeah.
it was a 2024 movie. One of the best scenes of the whole year is when he's with a girl and he farts and then
Yes.
he comes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Nick
come in
Cage?
here right now. It's a fart cum.
yeah.
It's a fart cum.
We've all
Cage?
Yeah.
had those
I know.
times.
I was gonna say
He's
that
with a
happened to me
real.
today.
He's with a real babe too. I don't know where they
Yeah.
found this chick. She's a babe, and he fart
Cage.
comes on her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. He. What's with the resurgence? He was a meme. He was like the
No, he has
Nickelback.
a renaissance. He's like
Can't
Brennan
hold legends
Fraser and a lot of
down.
those
Yeah, yeah,
guys. Yeah, they're
he was
all
like
punchlines
the
for
Nickelback
like.
of actors, and now he's fucking.
Demi
in
Moore's
everything.
probably going to win an Oscar this year. She was never at their meme level, but
Yeah.
she was kind of an older, past her prime performer.
Right,
then.
right.
She's great in substance. Yeah.
Nick
For
Cage
substance,
doesn't have the
yeah.
Oscar pressure as much because he won it at like 31 years old for leaving Las Vegas.
which
but
is a very funny movie unintentionally.
it's a really good movie. I like leaving Las Vegas.
I think it's a lot of unintentional comedy.
I
Elizabeth
don't
Shue's
know.
great. She's one of the hottest girls ever. Shout out Elizabeth Shue. I'd still pump her now, and she's like 65. all right?
I don't love the movie. I
The
thought
movie
it was
ends
good.
with him nutting.
With what, leaving
but
Las
doesn't
Vegas?
Fart. This time he doesn't fart. He just nuts and then dies.
Nuts and dies.
That sucks.
Nuts and dies, which is also our band we're starting. So I'm very
Fuck, man.
excited. For that.
I'd love to come with a dying liver.
Yeah.
I want to fart.
That would be the perfect way to die too.
Have you
just
fart
nutting.
came yet or no?
I don't think I've ever. Well, I mean, No, I haven't. No.
Dewitt?
I don't think I've done either in 10 years.
A long time.
I've definitely farted.
I can see that.
I've definitely farted while fucking.
Well, yeah, it's a queef.
Well, that happens.
No, like
Oh, she did it or you did it?
no, I did.
You ripped ass while pumping.
I ripped ass while pumping.
Well,
Yeah.
hang on,
Cut the
women,
footage in.
Yeah.
Cut the footage.
and so
We
do
gotta see
other
it.
women. Have you ever been with a woman where it's like a
No.
parent? You're fucking-
never in my life, bro. It's
no.
on the bucket list.
no, like it's like fully apparent that
2025,
she just
I will.
fucking cut it.
No.
They ripped
She's
ass?
fully cut ass.
No.
Yeah.
I've the girls
Did
that
you
I've
ever
been
girl
with.
poo on your dick?
No.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
No, but
Yeah, but. What's this on? So dumb.
no, but I actually the fart. This is what we talk
I
about.
can't even hear butt now.
Can this be the whole pod?
Yeah. Yes.
Can this be
Try not to say
literally?
butt.
Oh man.
However, no, I enjoy farting during sex. It's very liberating.
You're
you know?
a fucking liar.
That's not true.
You look like the kind of guy that would jump out a window if that happened.
Why would I jump out a window?
Because it would kill your ego. You're a good-looking
Do you
dude.
ever?
How does wait? How does farting while fucking a woman,
Of color.
A DEI
a
hire.
strong, independent
right.
woman of color,
A Netflix hire.
of any color, how does that do anything to your ego? What does that have to do with ego?
I don't know. It might be a personal thing because it's embarrassing.
Well, yeah, I guess
Can
when
we-
you just
can we
start dating,
be on that
I'm married.
Common
so,
ground. Yeah, okay, that's true. I
think
keep
embarrassment-
forgetting you're married.
I honestly believe this. I think embarrassment is
That's
something
why. That-
only.
Makes it realistic.
Embarrassment is something only white people experience.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're too hard
No
on
other race
ourselves.
gives a shit. Only white people go, oh, I'm embarrassed. Every other race doesn't care. They just, okay.
All right, guys, let's dive into this. As
Yeah.
three white
Yeah,
guys.
If you're Asian, you know what they do? They go, ooh. If they're embarrassed, they do that.
Yeah.
Whatever that move is called.
Well, no, that's pretty bad embarrassment because they kill themselves.
Yeah.
You ever thought about
Do
that?
they,
Oh,
do
no.
they fart come before, though? That's really the question. Do they fart come and they go, ooh, master. Yeah. It sounds like, ooh.
Okay, let's stop while we're at. I don't want South Park to get ideas here.
Oh my god, SNL is gonna hire me, guys. Now I said that.
Wait, here, no. The thing about the what do you call it again? Seppuku, right? Seppuku.
Civil rights.
Yeah.
Oh, Sabuku, yeah.
That's
I played
when you-
the game like on the.
Yeah. Okay.
Such a dumb dad.
So
joke.
to avoid embarrassment, what they actually do is they have a second. They choose a second, which is a person that after you stab yourself in the stomach or whatever,
the
somebody
embarrassment goes to them.
No. So somebody cuts your head off in case you don't finish the job. They choose a second. That's called a
That's
second.
crazy.
And it's an honor to be somebody's second. If you choose somebody, it's
Second
somebody.
kill.
Well, no, like it's like, will you be my second? It's like a just in case.
That could
kind
be a
of.
cool movie. Will you be my second?
Will you be my second?
Crazy. Well, there's kind of a Batista movie I just watched on Amazon where he's an assassin who thinks he's gonna die. So then he puts a contract against himself so that his chick gets all the money.
Which one's
Oh.
this?
I forget the name of it. Killer Elite. Maybe the
Killer
name of
Elite?
it. I don't know.
Oh, it's a remake. Yeah,
a new-
James Caan was in the original.
Maybe.
So
but-
far of all the movies you've mentioned,
and then,
dream scenarios.
he turns out to be healthy, and then he has to battle all these assassins. It's a pretty good movie. It's all right.
Okay, interesting. And who's starring?
Dave Bautista and Terry Crews.
Batista.
Batista-
He's a weird guy.
Batista's not good at action, so
Guardians
he's too
of the
stiff.
Galaxy?
He's kind of like.
Do you think he's a good actor though? He's great in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like I just
Yeah.
watched last Showgirl. He's awesome in that part. When
He's
the guy
great.
who's a little bit regretful, a little sad, older, he's perfect.
Yeah.
But he can only do that specific kind of sad guy part.
He's good when he's playing a non-human. You know what I mean? There's several.
Well, if you ever look at him,
yeah.
he looks like a vegetable, right? He looks like a piece of
Like,
broccoli. Like his
Schwarzenegger
ears,
was that, too.
Like he's very weird
Yeah.
looking.
Right.
Schwarzenegger was that guy
I thought,
too.
a stud though.
What's that?
Arnold was way more of a stud. Batista's weird looking. Arnold, I could see getting pussy.
I'm talking about
And he
these.
did.
I'm talking about these athletic guys who were athletes before and they became actors, and there's like sort of a woodenness to them, and they're only
Does John
good when they're
Cena
playing
have
like a
that, or
rock
is he a little more
character.
I can totally see.
John Cena's a little more. Well, I'm not saying that Schwarzenegger's pretty charismatic. I think in a lot of things,
but
like
to break out of that athlete thing. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, celebrities are different now. There's not a ton of charisma with a lot of them.
Which I hate. I
No,
hate
like
this
Glenn
whole.
Powell.
Right.
He's
Eh.
okay, but I hate this like the sad celebrity where it's like the Pete Davidson, the Timothy Chalamet. It's like
Yeah,
these people don't shine when they're on screen,
Yeah.
and you're telling me they're a star. They're not.
for sure.
Have an aura,
Well-
have charisma. That's what makes you a star.
So-
if you're just like I'm a star because I'm sad, you're not a star.
Well, it's just
Fart
it's all
cum. Prove to me you're a
everyone's a
star. Fart cum
celebrity
right
now. It's just everyone's a celebrity now, right? All the
It means
TikTok
nothing, it means
people.
nothing,
It's
yeah.
just a guy in his basement. There's a fucking handgun on his dresser.
Well, like I said,
Well, now I'm
of all the
interested.
movies you guys mentioned, that dream scenario or whatever seems the most
Check
interesting
that
to
out.
me
Yeah, it's
because
probably the best one too out of all the
doesn't
films
it?
you mentioned.
I've
Pig?
never seen the movie.
Yeah.
But
I loved it.
The speech was great. The monologue was great.
Which one?
this is
His,
gonna be the
the
whole
guy at the
podcast, by
diner?
the way.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna bring up a new movie they're gonna discuss
Yeah.
while I just don't know what's happening.
No, that was a great monologue. When he talks about
Yeah, man, it was
the
sick.
restaurant owner who's like, you know, oh, I own this restaurant, everything's great for me, and then Nick Cage just
Yes. Okay, I
was
do
also
remember that.
Nick
Yeah.
Cage, you guys
Dude, we love
all
the
Nick Cage movies.
Shout out Uncle
We love
Nick.
the Cage. Yo,
He's-
we'd
we have
love if the
the same
Cage
birthday.
came on the pod, yo.
We have the same birthday.
Yeah, I'll
Me
get
and Uncle
Nick
Nick,
Cage on the
January
pod.
7. Yeah, it's a very
Wow.
powerful day.
He works
Good
here
for
a
you,
lot.
man.
He's in Vegas a lot. I almost met him when I was in Vegas.
He lives in Vegas.
Yeah, my friend lives like next door to him, like 3 doors over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the tour of his
Mr.
house
National
when he
Treasure
had
himself.
With the raven and
Entertainment
stuff,
Tonight.
the two-headed
Yeah,
snake.
he's got a
I was like,
raven.
yeah, it's
He's
crazy.
the exact guy you could picture owning a raven.
Gold Lamborghini.
I don't remember that.
It was
but
gold. It's wrapped gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome.
That's fucking great.
He's the man.
He's a guy that needs to be in more rap videos. I feel like the
Ooh,
underground
has he even
rap
done
world.
a rap video?
No, but he's the kind
I
of
like
guy
that
that
idea.
like the underground world would embrace him if he just did more. Like if he did music videos.
Like British trap.
Yeah.
That'd be
Nick
awesome.
Like a
Cage.
guy in
British-
Slovenia
okay.
would love Nick Cage. Yeah.
I'll be a rapper. Put him in.
You know, like underground rappers, if they lose, like, say their
I feel like
passport
you're
gets
into that
canceled.
stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, if they, well, I rapped for like the longest time, but
I could see you
when-
being like a big Adam 22 fan. You watch that to like
no,
watch
I'm
everything.
not. No, just I watch the porn pod a lot.
big Vlad TV guy.
Oh yeah, I would love Vlad. I would love Vlad to be on that porn.
Dude, Vlad's great. Vlad has to be in the video.
Vlad fucks, and there's literally 8 federal agents that come in, and they just start gangbanging.
I'm down to watch it. You know who Vlad TV is? Are you
No.
familiar with Vlad?
Well, actually,
how about
I do know who
Yeah.
Vlad TV is. He
The
has
weird
like,
Russian
It's your
guy?
he
comrade,
has like,
dude.
yeah,
your
yeah.
uncle.
He was a prankster, right, or whatever.
No,
No,
that's
Well,
Vitaly.
sorry, no,
That's Vitaly.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Vlad TV is the guy who has like
Vitaly
canceled
did a
people on.
porno.
Really?
Yeah, that you can see his piece. Respectable, but he wouldn't get hard.
It's so weird when those guys like all start doing like pedophile catcher videos, and it's like
Who's this
Those
for?
are gross.
Who's
Vitaly
watching
did one
that?
with the game. Because the
Yeah.
game has like the game is just literally just walking the streets with a shopping cart now, just fighting random people.
There's an organization in Canada, and
Yeah.
I knew this one weird guy where it was just like, I forget the organization.
We're jumping around so much.
Dude,
We've
no,
been talking
same.
about Nicolas
Guys.
Cage. Now we're like, hey, have you guys been to a Walmart bathroom? There's a lot of
No,
creeps
no,
there.
no, but there's some. And
lot of pedophiles
if we
in
had a
Walmart
young
bathrooms.
Jamie to look it up, but there's an organization that's just pretty much just like they're like we're grown.
My job here is to
It's
to
already
lead
chaos.
the conversation, and I'm
Oh,
doing a
man.
horrible job because I don't know anything you guys are talking about. I wonder what in the Venn diagram of our interests. I wonder how much actually intersects. I feel like you guys have the movies
Probably
to talk
more.
about.
Well, this
Yeah.
was all bound to just arc into like one big conversation about pedophiles.
Yeah, that's
At one
something we all
point.
know a little bit about.
Yeah, this is all. Hey, well, we're
What
on the
nationality
anti
are they
side, by the
usually?
way.
Yes, obviously.
It's a joint venture a lot of the time between white and South Asian.
Oh, we're deep into the Canadian pedophile hunting scene.
I haven't looked into it
Pulls
yet,
out
but
a
I'm sure.
membership
No,
card.
but I know there's this weird company in Canada, and I knew this weird guy, and it was like, I don't know the name of it, but it's just pretty much just like, hey, we're like middle-aged guys who like hate pedophiles. Like that's their whole thing. They have it like on their truck.
Yeah, they feel like that's a novelty.
Yeah, but
Right.
no,
Yeah.
but like I always find it
Yeah,
weird. It's like
that's their selling
if you're
point.
obsessed
Yeah,
with that,
they
I
put it
almost
on their
think-
resume.
I almost think you're the pedophile. Like you're so obsessed
there-
with like
there is
I
something-
hate people who touch children. Yeah, we all do. It's like,
There is
why it on
something
your truck?
questionable
It's
about
like-
people who are into that world.
That's your only interest.
Like in general, whether you're anti or the pedophile.
It's like
very
the
strange.
super homophobic guy who's secretly gay.
It's either unless you were a victim yourself, if you're just a guy
I'm
who's
assuming they are.
randomly into this, but I'm assuming most of them
But
are.
I feel like they're just they're trying to
Yeah.
be like these tough white guys with like bad tattoos, but they're
Yeah.
not quite bikers. But
Yeah.
they go like we're the
And
anti-pedo.
this is what's crazy. I'm for what they do, obviously, right? That's the
If
whole
the
thing.
organization does what they say, I
Yeah.
feel like they could also just be not
But
doing
it
that.
also becomes a thing where it's now their YouTube channel and they're making money and they have
Right,
merch, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, you're a business, like before anything now.
that you're using
Like,
their kid in the videos
yeah.
to pretend he's like taken. If their kid just acted like we have to get Johnny here, it's like his son.
Yeah,
They
it's
pretend
literally
it's-
yeah. They literally just
think for
hired
the
a kid
content.
from ACTRA.
Non-union, actually.
Yeah, they're cheaper.
Yeah, cheaper children. On the
We don't
non-union.
get paid enough for acting here too, man.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't. What do you got? A Wolverine shaker?
Sponsored, but
Yeah, let's go.
no, we don't get paid enough. Americans get paid like 10 times what we do for the
Yeah,
same
they-
work.
they
Oh yeah,
fucking
our
are.
wages
TV stuff.
are,
It's
are
awful.
rough.
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Including pedophile hunters. I bet they make a killing out there.
Well, the American dollar is much higher. Yeah.
Yeah. right.
All right, boys. That's a wrap on.
Well, that's good.
Thank you, guys.
Fully
That's
and
wrap.
we're pro creep hunter.
Whatever that organization
We're
is,
in that.
we support
Yeah.
you.
We're
Oh, here's. I'm doing my job as a host. You guys, I know, both like the Buffalo Bills. Let's talk about it.
I'm all right.
are you a big Bills guy?
Okay.
I'm a big Bills guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to talk. I feel like it was kind of a weird thing that they beat Baltimore. I feel like it was
Baltimore's
they
probably a
weren't
better team,
supposed
but they
to.
didn't play well.
Really?
They were supposed. Yeah, I mean,
Here's the
No,
deal.
I think the Bills had a better season than Baltimore, though.
Yeah, I just feel like Baltimore overall had a better
I might
team,
be
but
wrong.
it's just,
Yeah.
any given Sunday type thing. But with the Chiefs game, I think Bill Burr said it best. I was watching him on Rich Eisen. He said it's massaged, because
Right.
that first down, we
You sent me that
definitely
video.
got. And
Yeah,
there's a couple other plays that kind of turned the momentum of the game. And every single time it went to the Chiefs, even though the actual correct call was to the Bills.
Yes.
What can you do? Same token, it shouldn't be that close. You kind of got to beat this team. You're not going to beat them, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not watching the Super Bowl this year because I know they're going to win. Doesn't really matter.
Well,
Right.
it's like the Chiefs, which I mean, it's the bandwagon of all bandwagons, or you got to side with the Eagles fans and their Neanderthals.
I'm rooting for the Eagles just because I'd like
Yeah.
Saquon to get a ring. That'd be cool.
Sure,
He deserves it.
but it's also.
But they won't. I guarantee
He
the
seems
Chiefs
like a
are gonna
cool
win.
guy
I guarantee
who's-
the Chiefs are going to win. It doesn't matter.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not
I think
watching.
the Eagles are. I would
Eagles are
side
the
with
better
the
team.
Eagles. I would
They're the
side with the
better team.
Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, if it
And
was
they're,
real,
they're
they'd
more
win.
entertaining, and I love the city of Philly, and I know they're sports fans, and they're kind of
Yeah.
I think it'll be a tight game, and the Chiefs win at the end. So I have no interest in watching that. I will not be watching
Yeah.
a game of football until somebody other than the Chiefs wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it could be next season. It could be 5 years from now. We'll see.
I don't know. I need something. I need some tradition to anchor me still, because all the things, institutions
I'm
that
a big
I once
UFC
loved,
guy.
I hate.
Big UFC guy.
But
That's
again,
fun.
I'm not watching the Oscars
Yes.
this year because
No.
it's going to be the worst thing imaginable.
The nominations are a joke.
Yeah, I might tune in just for Conan's monologue, and then that's it. Or I
Conan
might just
rules,
watch
yeah.
it on
Conan
YouTube.
rules.
Is Conan hosting?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
first time.
sick.
First time,
They're
baby.
having, they're having good host
Cherry
fun.
popper.
Nikki Crush, Conan's really funny. They're having
Nikki
good
was
hosts.
great. Yeah.
They're coming back. That stuff is coming back a little bit, and the same thing with SNL. The last few episodes have been bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chappelle hosted. Who else?
Chappelle was good. Rock, I think his
Chris
was
Rock was
good.
there? I didn't
Yeah,
see that.
this was a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I saw Chappelle's
was good.
monologue.
You know,
I
you
didn't
know
see
they
the
keep having that boring guy, the boring white guy from the South. He's like the biggest comic on earth.
Bargatze?
Yeah.
I love Bargatze.
Boring.
All right. Well,
$88 million. Boring.
boring.
He just brings
hot take.
no. The reason he's number one is because he brings you bring your whole family. So you
Yeah,
bring like seven
yeah,
people
he's
with him.
very,
as a person,
clean.
he seems very boring. I'm sure he's a great guy.
he might be, but after a certain time, this is just it. He's like 44, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
he's not a young
That's
guy.
just
by any
it. No,
means,
he's
yeah.
not a
been around
younger.
forever.
Well, he's relative, but he's not an old
I
dude.
think he
but
came
he's-
up in New York with like Bird
Yeah.
and Patrice and like all those. Maybe a little after
Yeah,
that.
I
Wait, I
mean,
thought-
he probably was fucking wild. Joe List is like a recovering alcoholic. He
Right.
fucking had his crazy shit.
Doesn't he have
And-
herpes?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think
Don't
he
all
talked about
recovering
it.
alcoholics have herpes?
I think that's like
Is herpes
you
real or
would
no?
need.
Yes,
like,
it's fully real.
Okay,
You ever had a
okay.
herpes
Is
scare?
herpes real?
I don't think I have.
You
no.
need to prove
No?
you have herpes.
You don't
to get
think
into
you've
an
had
AA
a herpes
meeting.
scare?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have. I had epididymitis once on
What's
my
that?
balls.
I don't even know what that is.
My it's kind of I might have to get it checked again. My left nut was hurting at the time. This is years ago, and I thought maybe I had like the Tom Green thing, right? So I went and I got checked by this Indian
right.
doctor. Jinder just fondled my balls, and he played with me a little bit. And it turned out I had a thing called epididymitis, and it was like an infection of my nutsack from
Oh.
wearing compression shorts too much.
oh,
okay.
compression.
Yeah.
How
well,
did
I
they-
think,
how do-
if I'm
how
being
do
honest with you, I worked out and then like didn't shower.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah.
So anyways, I got that.
That'll
and-
do it.
Yeah, but I don't think I ever had a herpes scare. Got chlamydia, every other week in college, didn't care. And yeah, now we're here.
I feel like we're skipping over something.
Yeah,
Perhaps a jail stint. We don't know.
Knock on wood, never been in jail. Never been there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Jake's like
With
that
that fucking jumper.
People assume I'm an undercover guy.
Jake's like that suspicious
Okay,
employee.
guys, we're good here. You can move. Thanks.
Jake's like one of those employees that you interview for a job, and he's just like, there's this massive gap on his resume. Nobody knows where he
Were you
was.
for 3 years? Like, I was
Where
in
were
an
you
internship.
between 2018 and 23? Because
Jake-
I ran into you at Keys.
You look
the
like
Keys
you
addict.
used to sell CDs outside of a Blockbuster. You know what I mean?
I'll sell you whatever you need, baby.
Okay,
Exactly.
that was worse than my DEI breakdancing
No, that
coach.
was-
His was quicker though. Yours was more
Yeah.
drawn out, which made it annoying.
yeah. And DEI.
You know
what did you
fuck
say?
I'm a writer. Okay.
DEI
I
breakdancing
We all
coach?
are.
How does that? Okay, explain the funny.
Because he's a white guy. It's usually a black guy.
I feel like he took too long.
It was creative. It was creative.
Breakdancing coach.
I will not get over that. We started on the wrong foot, and I've had a sour taste in my mouth since that happened.
Because I chirped you for that right away?
You didn't really chirp me, but it was kind of like you brushed it off.
I take my chirp back. I like DEI breakdancing coach now.
Thank you. All right. You know what? Okay. I like yours too. I forget what it was, but
okay. I said he looks like he sells.
That was kind of on me because it was almost the improv thing of you always say yes and I put a kibosh on it.
You said no, fuck you.
I was like no and which is not great.
Yeah, no and let me tell you why that's bad.
That was kind of douchey.
Were you guys ever improv guys?
No,
I took a class or two. Yeah.
Actually, in high school or in elementary school, I did some improv in French.
I did level A and B.
Speaking French is improv.
Second City.
Yeah.
You're not good at it. It's just improv.
Oh, oui, baguette.
Fanook.
I stopped French in like grade 9.
You did improv for real or French?
No, stopped French in grade 9. I was just done with it after because it was like it was an elective after that.
I remember I had this teacher. What was his name? Mr. Duchenette. And he was from Haiti, a black guy. And he always said to me, he's like, you will be a juvenile delinquent. And I go, I'm white. I won't ever be that. And then I remember we did a test. And I always have a good memory. So I memorized like all the stuff for the test. I went in, I got 85%. The next day he tested me. I got 17%. So he called my parents like, Jake's cheating. And they're like, no, he isn't. So he could never prove I cheated. And I never did cheat. I just had a really good memory where I could memorize the answers, do well. And then the next day I forget it because who wants to remember French? And this guy's an asshole.
That's crazy. Yeah. So it was reverse racism.
In a way, yeah.
You look like a guy who is allergic to French people.
Yeah,
just the full look, the full FUBU sweatsuit.
I spent a lot of time there actually last year on something I was working on, Apple TV show.
Oh,
anyways,
nice.
I was in Quebec City. I was in Montreal.
Do you like Quebecers?
I don't like any of that stuff, dude. I was like, I literally only ate at Five Guys, and I never left my hotel.
I don't like any of that stuff.
Like any.
I love that.
Dude, they're all just being weird, and like I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, just be not like that.
I haven't spent enough time around French Canadians to really develop that.
Anything.
Well, no, like my dad really does not love them, and I feel like I don't know.
It's such a weird thing because I shat on them on another podcast that
they're
I did
not
with my
for
buddy
me.
from there. They're not for me either, but. And they hate us too, but
get rid of them then leave. Nobody's keeping you here. Leave.
Be comfortable in the country.
You're treating French people like a KFC double down. You know what? Not really my taste.
What about people out east, like the Nova Scotia people? They party. They're cool.
Yeah, they're cool. They're
well
Nova Scotia people.
I like the way they talk. Honestly,
I have no family from other provinces. Like we're all Ontario. And then U.S.
So English speaking. For me, because my parents are fucking Russian, and they sent me to a French school. So all my French.
You ever think about doing a Slavic dad character?
Yes. I've thought about it. I don't know if I'm going to commit to it yet.
You should commit to that.
I can actually borrow your.
You're in the outfit.
You can borrow my Bill's like the pullover jacket.
The Bill's pullover jacket for a Slavic dad character.
It's very mobby. Yeah, it's red and blue. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I have a nice jacket. I did a skit
Get a
today.
chain.
Well, the white beater. You can't beat the white beater.
Get a chain, you'll be pulling hose, brother.
Yeah, I have an Adidas zip up with the wife beater underneath that I did today. It's perfect. Yeah. But I was talking about French people. I went to a French school, and nobody in my family or my parents were immigrants here, so all the French people French Canadian people I was surrounded by was from school, and like my teachers, which were actually French from France, and they kind of, when they were teaching me,
I wouldn't trust them either.
If you go to Quebec, they say it like this, but they're retarded, so say it like this. My French
the French
teachers,
the French wars.
So the French French people, the European French people don't like the Quebecers either.
I think Europeans in general are that way, though, right?
Aren't people born in Quebec? I don't know. I could be wrong. Aren't they citizens of France, or aren't they entitled to France?
No.
I could be. I think older French Canadians have some ties to France.
The only thing I know,
they can get a passport or something. I could be dumb and stupid and wrong.
If I'm breaking this down, I'm like, I don't know enough about Quebec and their history to not like them. The main reason I don't like them is because the accent, like as a French-speaking person,
it's called accent aigu.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's the line, isn't it?
Yeah,
it could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
Ass.
Yeah, it could be. I didn't pay attention. I took Italian in high school. We did an Italian course.
Except for GSP. GSP is the only redeeming quality about Quebec.
I met him.
He's amazing.
Norm was born in Quebec too.
Was
he?
He
was an Ottawa guy.
I think he moved to Ottawa. A lot of them do that pilgrimage. Like a lot of Ottawa people were like born in Quebec, and they.
Wow.
I lived there for 3 years.
I've only been there once or twice.
Ottawa this is just it. It's like what Atlanta, and so I know it's a weird comparison, but it's a big city. It's a lot of black gay guys. It's a lot of ushers just kind of walking around. A lot of ludicrous. A lot of guys who look like Killer Mike that are just standing on the streets with the preacher vibe. No, it's a big city with like a small town country sort of like they have that mentality. It's a lot of people.
It's a city in a state.
I remember when I went there once in college. It was fun.
What, you went to UFC?
No, in Ottawa. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Where at the Canadian Tire? So
the TD, whatever. It's next to the
Sens Play.
Let's talk about that. The Sens Play. I
lived in Canada.
Yeah? How far away is it from downtown Ottawa?
Well, this is just it. You have this idea that it's like what Mississauga or Brampton is, where it's 25 minutes out and you're 3 hours in traffic if it's slow.
Yeah.
It's literally 10 minutes from downtown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the highway. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like taken aback when I went back in April for the first time in like 15 years.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, I'm going to
Why did you live in Ottawa?
My dad, we moved around a bit when I was a kid, and my dad was like...
Had a job there?
Yeah, he worked. We had to bounce around a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. They hated me because I was the Toronto kid.
Toronto kid.
Yeah. And it was not good. My mom, I remember one time I had a Blue Jays hat. And she's like, "Don't wear that to school."
Really?
Yeah. She's like, "Because they're gonna be fucking weird." It's like Boston and New York, right?
Yeah. All right. They only have the Senators. They don't have anything else.
Again, they have a stick up their ass about Toronto.
Yeah.
Because we're the big city.
So does like Montreal. So does
Vancouver too.
Vancouver people root for Seattle.
Yeah.
It's never. It doesn't have to be your country. This is just it. It's like if you live near Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You can root for the fucking Pirates. Who gives a shit about like Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can root for it. Look, you guys are rooting for fucking... Well, I mean, there is no Canadian NFL team.
It doesn't need to be. And by the way, sports are cooler in America.
Yes.
Everything is.
Absolutely, dude. And like, it's insane how much they put into... It's sad. It's like, we're talking about acting and shit. Canada's fucking...
Turn that music off now.
Right now.
Turn it off, Frankie.
Or no endorsement.
You're gone. Don't make me come over there, you rat.
There is actually a small...
They keep it. They turn it up. The guy... It's actually like the Indian guy playing his violin. He's practicing to get out of...
He's trying to wheel the chick.
He's trying to young Frankenstein us out of here.
Dinner. They paid for dinner and a show. So the thing about the U.S. is that their sports are so big that I think their
college sports
dwarf whatever league we have. Like the CFL. What is that?
Does anybody want a beer?
I'm good.
I gotta go right now. I got a show.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you stay here for another minute till I get a beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, Jakey.
I know. I'm Jakey shows right now. Jakey spot.
Where are you going?
Burlington.
Burlington.
The Black Bull. Greg. Something or other. Dabrowski.
Okay.
Construction guy. Doing his show. I agreed to it. I kind of want to bail, but I have to go to it.
All right.
But I don't. It's 45 minutes away.
It's not bad.
I'm already late.
Oh, shit.
As of right now, I'm late.
As of right now, you're
I'll be 45 minutes later when I get there. So that's nice. It's always good.
Nice comedy time.
But no, whatever. Who cares?
Thank you for coming through to this.
It was fun. It was nice
location.
to see you, man.
Yeah, it was good.
We didn't even get to talk about the kids heading to Austin. The kids going back to the mothership.
Yeah, baby.
Hopefully, knock on wood. And
Can I?
Yeah, well, yeah, you can get in there. Yeah, it's I'm gold member. It's fully gold plated down there. But no, you're gonna go to Austin. You're gonna rip it up. You're gonna maybe meet that little guy Tony something or other.
Yes.
And yeah, it'll be a sick time.
Yeah, we'll check it out. We'll see. We'll see what's up. Check in, check out, and hopefully come back with fucking something or other that
fully grown cock.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I've been taking my hormones and everything. It's crazy. Nothing's happening.
Jelking yet or no?
Hormone talk?
Yeah.
You jelk, don't you?
No.
You're jelking, don't you? Do it? You've
I don't
jelked
know.
before.
I don't know what that means.
Jelking? I'm sure the people watching will know what it is.
Of course.
It's a form of stretching your phallus.
Oh, okay. Jelking.
I tried it in high school once. It didn't work. But,
no, I think every guy's done that.
A little jelk?
Yeah.
It always ends up you jerk off, though. Like,
It's
you
not
try to jerk off.
It's not an ideal place to be in your 30s,
Well,
where you're standing in front of a
now.
mirror,
I
just
did
fucking
when I was,
giving her a tug.
I did it when I was like 29 or something. But
What is jelking? Explain jelking.
You're like 23. Everyone forgets that Jake's a pituitary case.
yeah. I'm 18 years old.
He's literally a
17.
I'm literally the
13-year-old
youngest guy
boy.
here by 10 years.
Yeah. Fuck, man. We've been talking about herpes and chlamydia and,
This is a
fucking,
good health thing. Yeah.
and cum farting.
I've been enjoying the. This is.
I
think that pedophile catcher company is about to storm through the back
Well,
door.
guys, I'm part of them. I'm the captain. I'm the captain now.
I'm actually. This is.
It's like they bursted through the wrong thing. It's like Silence of the Lambs are in the wrong building. The camera zooms in on the guy. Oh no, Jake!
It's just me explaining epidermitis. I go, listen.
It's just pituitary Jake Brennan with two creeps with a Russian and a fucking.
I'm gonna say this now. I will play Tony Robbins in a movie one day.
Yeah, you're gonna play Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins and Shallow Hal.
Oh, he's great in that. Very funny.
Yeah, he was good in that. Now he's like Now he's like super based.
I took a Tony Robbins course this afternoon. I was on a webinar doing it.
Oh, right. That thing's going on now, right?
Is he
I literally did it this afternoon.
Is he speaking?
How was it?
Yeah. I got a lot out of it. Yeah, it was nice.
It's free, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So what were we talking about before? We were going on sports.
Sports,
I think we moved on to Tony Robbins, dude. We got to talk about the Robbins brother.
You sent me a podcast with Tony Robbins, and I'm like, I don't like.
He won you over though.
Yeah, he did win me over. I was gonna say he's a very good speaker.
There's some value to him.
I don't love all the life improvement, self-improvement, self-help, all these books and stuff.
Like from Fight Club, it's mental masturbation to a certain level. Yeah. But I would say Tony offers some value in comparison, like an Andy Elliott type. Yeah. He does, there's a spectrum per se.
Sure, there's a spectrum. What I really liked about Tony Robbins is what I took out of it is like he's very good at communicating ideas. He's a very good speaker. He's very good at getting
he's one of the best.
Taking you on a trip and communicating an idea using like concise, precise,
no fat.
Stuff. Yeah, no fat.
It was there was like a thing when I was in high school. It was downtown Toronto, but it was like a seminar thing that you had to pay probably like $500 to do. But there was a kid in my class, and he was like the kind of kid who would wear like the Bluetooth earpiece, like that version to class.
Yeah,
like the kind of guy George Carlin would talk
like a leather
on a rant about.
Yeah,
and he was like 16 doing that, but he bought tickets to this webinar, and it was Tony Robbins. It was like Steve Wozniak.
Wow.
And it was like a motivational one, and it was like a couple other guys in Trump.
Wow. Yeah. That's cool.
That's some value.
Yeah.
That is some value.
What do you learn from Woz? Like just how to do voice acting and stuff? Or?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, no, he's from Monsters, Inc., right?
No, Steve Wozniak.
No, Wozniak is the co-founder of Apple.
No, Mike Wachowski, like the guy from
Mike
Monsters,
Wazowski.
Inc.
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
I can't.
No,
I can't tell if this is a bit or if you're
I'm talking about a real thing.
Oh,
see, guys, he is actually 16 years old.
I thought it was a bit too, so I was just kind of waiting.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about? Say the guy's name again.
Which one?
The Wachowski guy.
No.
Steve Wozniak co-founded
Apple. I thought
Apple.
you meant the Monsters Inc. guy.
No,
co-founded Apple with Steve Jobs.
He's a voice actor.
He thought this guy paid $500 to go to a webinar with Trump, Tony Robbins,
and a hologram of Mike Wazowski.
And Mike Wazowski.
I feel like you could probably learn something, though. It might be worth it. There's probably some value there.
Oh, my God, bro. Speaking of which, Mike Wazowski, somebody's got a... If there's a pedophile hunter out there...
He's the third Wachowski brother.
Questionable things happen in that movie. They're chilling with that little baby girl,
She's of age.
All the doors.
I want to go...
she's definitely of age, yeah.
She looks like the cousin of Dora. They're related.
Yeah.
Remember in Dora, when they'd always go, "What's your favorite part?" And I'd be like, "When you sucked my cock, you dumb bitch." And they'd be like, "Me too."
I don't remember.
Jake's super late to the show. He's like, "I gotta go." And then 3 hours later,
I'm gonna leave in the Dora thing. I don't think I can beat that.
I don't even remember. I don't remember that at all.
The end of every Dora episode because I watched it with my cousins.
Let's see, how long have we been doing?
They would always end with, "Hey, what was your favorite part?"
35 minutes.
Say anything, and then they'd go, "That was my favorite part too."
We've been doing. I'm gonna break this.
Okay, yeah, don't fucking collapse the.
It's probably 30-40 minutes. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm so late.
All right, buddy.
This was fun to see you guys. I wish we had more time to giggle and talk, but Dewitt, keep doing your thing. Tucker, Jordan, all the boys, Shapiro.
Yeah.
I'm sure your DMs. I'm sure your DMs are flooded with girls who just want Jordan to just penetrate them.
I do have a couple.
Is there actually some freaks?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. A couple from down south.
Down south.
Michaela liked one of my pictures. Yeah.
She's still.
I've never spoken to her. No, she actually came to a show with some people during the pandemic.
Nice.
I wasn't there.
Wow.
But I would have done the impression.
Nice.
Probably like embarrass myself.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get like girls sliding into your DMs.
There's no hotter ass than Republican ass.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
not to do the voice, but they want to like. It's like fire emojis. This is super cool. Crying, laughing emoji, and then that's kind of the opening.
Would you code switch with a girl if they wanted you to go like Tucker back to Jordan? Back
Jordan
and forth?
Peterson code switch.
They want a nice, they want a nice little back and forth.
That's a concept they love. Code switching. Jordan Peterson likes a guy who's just
code switch from Jordan to Tucker back and forth.
Yeah.
Depending
He's
on the
Hollister 1 minute, Fubu the next.
Ooh, I like it. Sponsored for us by us. I'm out.
All right,
stay black.
All right. Well, goodbye,
Peace.
Jake.
Don't leave me hanging.
Jake.
All right.
You pituitary asshole.
Goodbye, Jake. Shout out Tony Robbins. Shout out Mike Wazowski. I'm out. Can you tell us how long is on the thing? Yeah. We might do another few minutes here.
Yeah, we should do another 20.
Yeah.
38,
perfect.
Dude, we got time.
Yeah,
All right, bye, Jakey.
Love you.
See you, buddy. Love you, pal.
Okay,
I
let's
just
do it.
tell another man I love them. Yeah, spread that.
Yeah, let's get
Bastard.
centered. Get centered here.
Okay.
I'll cut this out.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
Sure.
Let's do comedy talk.
Let's do comedy talk.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Can you grab one of these?
I gotta air out some shit. What? Oh, can I use this? I'm so comfortable with this.
Yeah, grab this so I know which one to turn off.
Oh, okay.
Talking to it?
Check.
Check. Okay, I'll turn off too. Talk again?
Check.
Talking to yours?
Check.
Okay, we're good.
We good?
Make sure you know which one that is.
Yeah.
Alright.
This is fun.
What do you mean by comedy talk? No,
Just
that was
talk
very
stand
fun.
up. Talk stand up. We don't need to name names or anything, but we can fucking commiserate on
Fuck
over the ridiculousness of stand up comedy.
No, I was saying that I'm very happy the way that conversation went because I don't know, doing the podcast, I've noticed when it's one-on-one, I get carried away sometimes, and when I'm listening to it, I feel like I talk too much. I need to let the guests shine more. And with a 3-person podcast, it's very easy to start screaming over each other.
This is my first bro pod in a while, like with three or more people, two or more people.
You'll notice the ones you've done, definitely people screaming over each other.
Yeah.
So I was actively just trying to sit back, and I think we got a lot of good stuff out of your dynamic. And I just shut my mouth and let the magic happen, baby.
Yeah, well, as you should.
Yeah.
At all times. Yeah.
As you should, you little bitch.
You Rooski
You
bastard.
twink little. Oh my god. Let me double check that. Keep talking. Let me double check the angle.
Yeah. Well, so and there I was on a train to Thailand. No money in my pocket. It had been stolen from me in Indonesia. A man threatened me at knife point. Said if you
great premise for one of the A24 movies.
He said if you come fart one more time, it's over.
That's crazy. So you've never even come fucked. Fuck cummed or no?
What?
Come fucked. You've never even fart fucked.
I don't think so.
Not even a little one. Like
What?
you're just pumping.
Probably.
You're pumping. You're mid pump, and you're like, oh fuck, I feel one coming.
Likely.
I can hold it in, and then you're thinking about that.
Never anything major. No, but I've been with a girl and she's done it.
Right. And again, it makes sense. I don't think when I was dating either, I would never have done that. That is a bold move. Might pay off in certain scenarios with certain ladies, you know?
Sure.
But yeah, I've definitely farted during sex. Quite recently. I could from memory.
When was the last time? Let's stay on this topic.
At least, I don't know. Let's say last week. Not this week. Last week for sure.
Okay.
Like a good one.
Do you know the day it was?
I don't remember the day, but like I'm slightly lactose intolerant and I really like cheese.
Yeah, that would.
So whenever I have like an ice cream or something like that, it's.
I was always nervous with what I ate.
Before a date?
Yeah. Like it was. Yeah, that was always something I was wary of. Even when I was younger and you don't understand the body as much.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, I was always like one of the guys. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I can't like nachos.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna do this.
And the problem with beer too, if you have nothing really other than like the pub fare, which is why like greasy food, a lot of things don't mix well with beer. So you'll have something like
I'm becoming that guy. I was never good with drinking and sex.
Right.
Like it would fuck with me.
No,
if I had more than
absolutely.
like 2 Coors Lights, it would fuck with me.
Yeah, you become more horny, but
Yeah, but it's also like the fact, like performance wise.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it just becomes like a whole mess.
No, for sure.
And you're
for sure.
embarrassed and fucking she's laughing and you want to jump out a
She's
window.
laughing. Whoa. All you got to do in that situation, you pull out the fart cum and you're good to go.
Yeah, well, you just say the term fart cum.
Okay, hold on. What movie is it where Nick Cage fart comes? Or is it Nick Cage that does it?
Oh, I have no clue. That was what Brennan brought up.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But
yeah, let's talk comedy.
I was really into the fart cum stuff.
I'm sorry,
Can we
bro.
call this episode fart cum?
Yes, we're calling this episode fart cum.
So comedy stuff. No, I don't know. Like, you know what? This isn't coming off organically.
Yeah, no.
We should have just said, hey, you know where I like to fart cum? Backroom.
Yeah, Backroom Comedy
That was a
Club.
great segue.
Have an ideal fart cum location in
They
their
do.
bathroom
I love
there.
shout out to Backroom. I love Backroom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's fucking so weird being here, man.
It's being
just
being
the
here.
iterations of this place and just like the different stages it's been in. It was Royal.
I mean, they had a great setup when it was the Royal. Like that stage was sick. I think.
Yeah,
I like that stage a lot. And almost, like...
I do prefer the stage being here
yes,
rather than
yes.
here, but I don't think that's ever going to...
What's in that... This is horrible for the podcast because you can't even see it on the video, but what's in that little alleyway, right? Or the hallway?
No, just the outside. I don't know.
Oh,
There's an
okay.
outside. I think there might...
It makes a lot of sense if you, call people... Like, when they were bringing people up, why wouldn't people come from back there instead of...
Because you got to go into the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
and you know what? Then you have to go downstairs, and it's a whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense.
Thing. Yeah.
Anyways, this
you're far too inquisitive.
This is not the
as to
comedy talk
architecture of this.
that we need.
I don't know.
I'm excited. I don't want to talk Toronto comedy at all, man. I'm excited to get out of here for a month.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. This is just it. I'm in a position now where I'm more comfortable with where I am and where I'm going, like kind of my trajectory a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've been able to say this. I haven't even gotten my podcast back up and running, so I haven't said it, but I'm more comfortable now because I'm garnering this thing and I'm doing my content and things are happening.
Content!
Having people follow me and some cool people, and it's been good. Yeah. But I am saying, like, I'm comfortable with where I am. Yeah. I actually have room now mentally to be happy for other people.
That's
and I'm
nice.
happy for you.
That's nice. Wow,
and
that's
this is a great opportunity for me to officially announce that I'm coming out of the closet.
Yeah, that's because what you said is absolutely...
Because men showing any type of emotion is gay.
It's gay.
Is gay. It's moonlight gay.
Yeah, I was ready. I was ready to load up a fart cum for tonight, but that's all gone.
Me and Matt are gonna get together after this and fart cum. This is gonna end up like one of those podcasts where there's just one of those porn podcasts. Have you seen those?
No. What is that? Like the actual porn podcast.
So it's porn. So porn stars are now delving into the podcast and content social media world. Right. It's like a weird thing now. It's got its good and bad thing where, yeah, they should be humanized, but it's also...
No, absolutely.
It's weird that they're becoming mainstream.
Yeah, they shouldn't. They're objects.
It's fucking weird. Well, relax. Relax. You're Russian. These are your people.
Yeah. What? No. My people are fucking out there coding and shit because we don't have AI, okay?
No, you guys are very versatile. It's a mixed economy, Russia.
Yeah. Russia is a mixed economy. It's mostly,
sex work, military.
Yeah. There we go. That's what it is. That's the versatility of it. 1, 2.
No.
But yeah, so the porn podcast, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, so they talk and then they fucking
they talk for like 45 minutes. So what's super hot about it is like there's some intimacy with the conversation, right? You're developing
wild,
like social or whatever you call it, like not physical intimacy, but like the other type of intimacy.
Look, again, I'm married and I have a very great relationship with a woman I love. This is wild to me that it's just you're listening like. Just jerk off. If that doesn't do it for you, that you need a 40-minute podcast before.
Well, this
Are
is
you
just
saying
it.
it
It's
adds
like
a layer of it?
I was watching porn from like a super young age,
Yeah.
like a time when it was like not good.
Yeah.
So going back to the Ottawa thing.
Yeah.
I lived in Ottawa where because we're right next to Quebec. We're 5 minutes from Quebec, so we got a lot of the Montreal channels. Right. So people don't realize this about French TV. When it hits like 9 o'clock, there's like this sharp turn to like softcore porn on a lot of these channels. Yeah, a lot of the French channels.
I had no idea.
Softcore porn. So it's like a guy at the news table just being like, okay, today, so-and-so, traffic jam, snowstorm, the whole thing. And then 9 o'clock hits, and it's just a pizza guy fucking and just railing a chick against a coffee table.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
so
a
you
lot
were
of guys
exposed
looking like Jake Brennan.
Yeah.
Fucking, a lot of the
delivering pizzas
same
and
mullet. I think that's where he had to go. He's just too embarrassed to fucking... Yeah, again, white people with embarrassment.
He had to clock in a shift at the hospital, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's wild. So you were young and then...
So what would happen was I discovered porn at like 12 watching, which I don't know. I guess that's like a normal to be exposed to porn for the first time. I guess,
yeah. Imagine kids these age.
But internet porn was like a different monster, right?
Yeah.
And TV porn, like,
Yeah.
So what I would do was I discovered these. I would put the TV on mute and I would put like a cover down like underneath the bottom of my door so you couldn't see the light going through, so my dad couldn't see. And what I would do is I would just watch porn and fucking spank it.
Nice.
All day. And then what I would do was I went down to the corner store, which is like 2 minutes away from our house, and I bought little tapes and I would record it. So I ended up with like this arsenal at like 12 years old, like a library of French softcore pornography.
Where did you hide that?
I hid it in my closet. I hid it under like board games. So I had like Risk.
Nice.
Risk was all porn.
Yeah.
And then there was like an old game called Axes and Allies. It was a World War II board game, very similar to Risk. It was exactly like Risk, but World War II.
Yeah.
And that came with like a massive box. And you were able, dude, you could fit 12 in that puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it came time for us to move back here.
Yeah.
It came time for us to move back here. And we're clearing out the house, and I'm like, how am I going to transport all of this? Because I had it overflowing at this point.
That's hilarious.
I had it overflowing. It didn't fit in the boxes.
You had to sacrifice.
I was running out of board games. Candyland's going to my sister's. So I'm like, fuck, where do I put all this? So I realized, I'm like, okay, I have to transport. It's too risky for these board games to go in the thing. I was too paranoid about people the moving guy stumbling upon my anti-tip. What are these?
Yeah,
because they look at my dad like, what do you have on these videotapes? So what I did was
it makes sense. As a 12-year-old kid, this is like a Mission Impossible
Keep
scenario.
in mind, I'm like 13. I know we're moving in like 2 weeks. I go to Canadian Tire and I buy a giant camping backpack. And I go with and I created like a false bottom at the back, so I have like 24 of these
just
tapes.
in case the cops catch
and my
you.
mom's like, what do you need that bag for? And I'm like, oh, I got my army men.
Yeah.
I got to put the army men in there because I had like a big thing of army I needed to bring with us. I didn't want them going in the moving van. So what the thing was, for about a week before we got our house, or no, we were moving into my aunt and uncle's for a month, but we were in a hotel for like a week.
Yeah.
And then we were going to our house. So it was actually kind of a fucking drag.
Yeah.
But we were in this hotel, 1 room, 2 beds. There's 5 of us. My mom and dad are here. Me and my 3 sisters are in another bed. And I have this giant camping bag just sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
And I'm barely going into it. And it's just sitting there. So I'm like, fuck, man.
They're going to know.
I don't know. So I remember one night we went out for dinner. And we're getting in the car, and my dad's like, oh, fuck, I got to go back up to the room. And I'm like, oh, can I go back with you?
Yeah.
And he's like, what for? And he's like, I got to go to the bathroom. He's like, okay, well, you can hold it.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, shit. So I remember for 5 minutes, I'm just like, he's going to find the porn. He's going to go rummaging into the fucking bag. My dad was trying to pull a whole ruse trying to find the porn.
He has the FBI ready outside with handcuffs.
Whatever. Anyways, I had
be on
that.
the news the next day.
Yeah, what was so funny was once I was a teenager, I was kind of like allowed to watch whatever I wanted. Yeah. So about 2 years after this whole thing, we're in our new house. I'm just like to my dad, I'm like, yeah, I got like a whole library of French porn upstairs.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, your sisters better not see it. I'm like, yeah, no deal. Like I could just,
Oh, that's hilarious. On tapes too.
Yeah.
VHS players don't even exist anymore, bro. It's fucking hard to find.
Yeah, I think it was so funny. Village. What's so funny is we probably have them, because I do not remember throwing them out.
Nice.
So at my parents' place, and they're gonna move soon too.
So they're gonna finally find it and arrest you.
Well, no, like I said, I already disclosed this.
Yeah, that's great. It's disclosed. Files open. You think Trump's gonna open all the files he promised?
I think Trump is going to be the one to really uncover my porn collection.
Yes.
I think he's down the line.
Kennedy files. UFOs and Alex Dewitt's porn collections.
The French are pervert, and then he's gonna enact some tariff.
He had French porn.
They're
pretty gay. I don't know why he had French porn. He could have had.
They're 2 straight people, but it's so gay. It's so gay.
He's the kind of guy that plays a ukulele.
The French people, they love crepes, they love cigarettes, and they love simulated intercourse.
Simulated intercourse.
And that's gay.
That's gay. I can't do the, who says that? Yeah, Shane Gillis said that he can only do, the speech voice, the Trump speech voice. You know, when he's speaking, he's like, that's gay.
For the first little bit, I was like the Tucker speech voice. And then with Chris Hansen, when I do Chris Hansen, I can't do him just talking.
Yeah.
I have to do him going, his name is Jake Brennan, and he's 25, and he's going, I have to do that.
His name? Yeah.
He's 25. He thinks he's here to meet a small boy named Mitchell Alvis. Sorry, Mitchell.
Were you always impression guy?
No, so I did impressions for a while. I never brought them to stage. I never did them online. I never did any of that stuff. I was like strictly stand up.
Yeah.
But then I would start doing these characters, start doing these impressions. My dad was like, do you ever do that on stage? And I go, not really. It's like kind of a thing I just do for people. And he's like, oh, okay, then you're a fucking idiot if you're not doing it on stage. Like you need to go and like do it. I'm like, no, but I'm more of a material guy. And I am, but I'm also looking to sort of intertwine my impressions with my regular stand-up material. Yeah,
fair enough. No, because I feel like, I'm not great at impressions. I can do some accents and whatnot, but the impressions are not my thing. And almost like, so I do like, I have a couple jokes where I do like a Trump impression or like, a Russian accent.
Right.
But, and the Trump impression specifically, I have to say some stuff. And it's like, if the joke's good enough on stage, it's not a big deal if the impressions, it's like, oh yeah, it's that guy, whatever, right? If the joke's good enough. Because it's not like, it's either, right? And even like your impressions are actually getting like really good. So, but still for you, the joke isn't the impression. It's not how good the impression is. It's the joke still. It's what you wrote.
Yeah, I need there to be good writing because no impression's ever going to be 100%. Even the AI stuff that you see, as advanced as it is, it's not always like 100% that person. You can always spot the differences. That's going to advance over. I mean, like we're 2 years away from not being able to fucking tell who's who. But I need there to be like decent writing with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, like I got to pump that out quickly. So, I try to give it my all. But yeah, I never want to just put something out that's just like, oh, this is absolute, the jokes are dog shit. And fucking, yeah. But,
That's true, man.
Yeah, baby.
Keys Comedy Club, baby. This is the place I'm going to miss the most.
Go to the bathroom. Can we pause?
Yeah, let's pause. Okay, we're back.
Yes, sir.
I got my jacket on because it's fucking cold.
I mean, we were talking before the podcast started, just like different comedy stories from when we started out, and I remember like, the first.
A lot of them happen here.
Yeah, for you, I guess so.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, and I mean, even for me, like coming here, this is like so many fucking memories. But no, me and Brennan were talking about how funny it was when we were starting out. You would have comics who were like, "Yo, when you," they would like be making conversation before the show, and so like, yo, when you started out, like, did you sound like anybody? Any like famous like who were you like sounding like your influence? And anybody who answered would always have the most pretentious, like. They would always like have like the kings of comedy, like the greatest ever. They'd
Dave
be like,
Chappelle,
So when I started, I was Louis. And then I moved over. I was Bernie Mac for a little bit. This would be like a white comic. This would be like a guy from Burlington. Yeah. He lives in a Max Milk, and like his whole thing was just fucking. Yeah, no. So I was Chappelle for a bit, and then I was Louis. Then I moved over here for a bit. I was Pryor.
Now I'm kind of just mostly Cosby.
Yeah, and now based on the female Facebook threads, I'm more of a
Cosby guy.
I'm more of a Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah, there's a Keys Comedy Club regular. We won't call him a legend, but he was talking about one night. I wasn't there. I wish I was there. Some crazy shit was happening towards the end there, and he was walking people at the old Keys location.
At the old Keys?
Yeah.
I love how we're saying it's the old Keys. It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. The former Keys.
In hindsight, the old hindsight Keys.
Yeah. So he was walking people, and then somebody was giving him shit about walking people, and he was like, "You don't think Chappelle walked anybody in his day?"
Yeah,
you know who I'm talking about.
We're talking about like the delusions of comedians. I think we started out mentioning that. I don't know if we mentioned that on the pod, but
yes, we talked about
just the delusions of comics and just like what this does to you and your brain over time.
It is crazy.
It fucks with you, man. Like it really does. And you got guys who are like 42 years old. And they're like, yeah, man, fucking Carlin went through the same thing, bro. Carlin went through the same. You're like, dude, you just got your ass kicked by a door guy.
Yeah.
You just got fucking, like, you're not allowed in room. No, you don't get it, man. Like, fucking Kinnison did that whole thing. That was his journey. You're not allowed performing. No, man, D.L. Hughley, fucking.
Yeah, you're kicked out of Thursday open mic.
Yeah,
it's tough, man. But hey,
I do like it. I do like this. The beauty of it. And people, again, I've had this conversation. If it wasn't like that,
then it wouldn't be what it is. That's what makes it. That's it's the ruggedness of it, and it's like the highs and the lows.
I'm a little optimistic because I know that I'm funny.
Yeah,
like that's just it. It's like.
I agree.
To my mother, I am. Right? No, but I am because I know that I have something. Right? That's just it. It's like you have to have something.
Right. I agree. No, fully.
Yeah.
There is like, and
I'm optimistic because of that.
I think that's the only thing that matters is that, I had a bit of a, not like a writing slump because I was still writing. I try to write as much as I can. And it's just like I didn't get any one of those, like that feeling when you have a new bit and it works and it's like, okay, this is the new thing that I'm going to be working on and shaping. I was writing a bunch of stuff and, whenever I try it, it wasn't working. And then finally, literally like this week, one bit that I've been doing forever, like a very short bit with a very simple premise. Sure. Somehow I did a show. I came back and like in my car. Yeah. While it was parked, I was like, it just came. Like, just tag, punchline. I'm like, what? Like, how have I not? And then I did it at the shittiest, I did it at a mic on Monday, and it fucking murdered, and I got that feeling, that's why I do it.
Sometimes the light comes to you.
Sometimes.
For sure, yeah, just instantly.
It's just there, and it's like, what?
And you're almost mad at yourself because you didn't have, were you mad at yourself?
Yes, I was mad. I've been doing this joke for at least like 5 months.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, it's so obvious, it's right there.
I have a couple jokes, like I have one joke where I talk about, the whole premise is, it's interesting because it was just talking about nostalgia. It's like we as a people, like currently in the world, we've never been more progressive, yet more nostalgic. Right. So we're constantly moving forward. Like we're talking about, hey, we need to be progressive. We need to think about people. We need to move. We need to think about the future, while also living in 1995 and everything is Rugrats and The Lion King and Spider-Man and all that shit.
I think people are always nostalgic, though. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think in 1995 they were nostalgic about the 70s.
No, but it's now a business to be nostalgic because everything.
Always.
No, but I don't think they were rebooting every TV show in 1995. Right.
Well,
and everything is now Disney Plus and Nickelodeon.
There
and
weren't those things to do.
We have to have a Marvel movie every 30 seconds. That's just basically a rehash of the movie we just did last year and all that stuff. So no, it holds a lot more weight now. Like and everybody's so possessive about like this, everyone is just so like your childhood is sacred. Anyways, hang on. The premise is that we've never been more progressive yet more nostalgic, and it's almost like this. I've never fully been able to. I've gotten laughs from it, but it's never hit exactly. And I don't know what. So it's a little thing like that, but
and then eventually you'll get something from it. I will.
Yeah.
It's the idea. It's the premise.
Yeah. Well, no, and what you're saying about nostalgia, I think you're correct. People are always nostalgic for their youth and all those things, but it's like when you have 55-year-old guys who are, it's now every Spider-Man movie is just marketed towards those guys rather than kids. Right. I think we're in a little bit of a different water here.
Yeah, it is wild. And like I was thinking about it, just you told your story about your journey through fucking discovering porn when you were 12 years old. Like imagine even that, like 12 is a very young age, and that wouldn't have been possible a decade before that. But now kids have phones like at 6, 7, 8, and once you have a phone,
that's what I mean about the fucking porn stars becoming mainstream. It's like because you're not gonna be able to a parental lock on everything forever, right?
And that's changing fame completely. I'm actually very curious. What's the movie called again? I'm gonna watch it tonight probably.
Which one?
With Nick Cage about
Dream Shatter Dream Scenario.
Dream Shatter. That's so interesting. The premise. Don't don't spoil it for me. But I'm assuming that is it about how there aren't like famous people anymore? That it's just
it has nothing to do with that. No? But it's an allegory for modern fame. Oh, if you're talking about like the allegory, I don't know if it's that. But it is basically an allegory because he just becomes famous at random for nothing in particular, which. It's pretty much any influencer.
So he's the Hawk Tuah girl,
like the Hawk Tuah girl, but you can also go further back, like the Kardashians, and Paris Hilton, and like these socialites who just became famous.
Yeah, I think
taking dick.
Yeah, that's what it
was.
Or talking about like taking dick, talking about dick, or
Kim Kardashian has like turned that into a global empire.
Absolutely,
right? Like she is brilliant in her own way. But I mean, the catalyst for that was a sex tape.
Yeah,
with
which
Ray
is insane.
J,
yeah,
who I loved. He's my favorite singer.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Huge horn.
I know who Ray J is. I'm a little too young to actually have listened to his music.
I can't
but
name you one AJ. AJ. I can't name you one AJ. Song.
yeah. So,
But,
and again, I know him only because of that. But that is interesting. Yeah, that is absolutely the case these days. Like, and then who are we here? Like, both of us are in the same game, right? We make content, and like, you know, I remember like when my first video hit like 1 million plus, and then you're like, oh, this is cool. You keep doing it. You keep chasing that nut, and we're trying to turn that same thing into a career. So it's not like, you know, we're trying to benefit from that exact same thing. And it's good in a certain way to where, look, you have funny ideas and I have funny ideas, and now we can, without having to pitch them to like a, you know, a studio or whatever, we can just grab our iPhones, film it, and put it out there for millions of people to see. That's really cool. The fact that your impression and my skit, we had that idea, filmed it, and on that same day posted it, and it went viral, and a lot of people enjoyed it. That's really cool.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's that dead internet theory. Like, there's so much out there now that what really is culture, what's influencing, what's not, what's what, you know?
I think it's different, right? It varies depending on the demographic and who, like, that's always been the case, right? Like, black people have had a different culture and are into different entertainment than white people, right? There are black people who have never, they're like Shawshank Redemption, what the fuck is that, right? Or Forrest Gump, what is that?
Dude, have you
That's
seen
just what
that?
it is, right?
Have you seen that? It's a really funny, like, series on, like, I always see it in my reels. It's like, what is it? It's a black dude hearing, like, rock songs for the first time.
That's always so cool. The best are the rock guys who hear are listening to like Nas.
And
they're like, holy shit, it gives you chills almost.
Yeah. So that stuff, right? That's really cool.
Yeah.
But no, you're absolutely on the point there. So
varies.
it's
Like
good and bad.
there's room for everything. That's just it. It's like even with comedy, I think there's room for all types of comedy. If you want to do the woke shit where you're talking about ladders and watermelons in your period, sure.
Yeah.
But there also should be room for the super dark, edgy shit that is depraved and makes people want to leave the room and call the police.
Yeah.
Right? There should be room for that stuff.
Well,
and the idea that there's kind of this clash and like this civil war between comics.
I agree. I agree. And taking it back to what you said about society shifting from like, you know, from futurism to nostalgia, I think we're at an interesting moment in time right now where there was a shift from like, you know, there was like the whole the past, I don't know, decade at least has been mostly dominated by like, you know, left-leaning culture, right?
Sure.
And it reached I think a peak in like whatever 2016, 17, like that whole cancel culture thing.
Yes.
And then it slowly started coming back, but all of this goes in cycles, right?
We think that. We don't know for sure though, because it could have a massive volley back with the Trump stuff.
That's exactly it, right?
The institutions are going to fight back heavily against a lot of the with the trans stuff and a lot of the other stuff. What
I can tell you now is that for a fact, any comedian that says, you know, like, we're not allowed to, like, everybody's getting offended, we're not allowed, no more free speech, that's bullshit. So many comedians have made their careers off of that.
Well,
at this point in time, that's no longer the case.
I do agree that the right, and I've had arguments with this. Like, I've been an anti-cancel culture guy who's railed against it, arguing with left-leaning comics. And now I find that I'm more like the super edgelord kind of guys. I'm now kind of in a room being like, look, you kind of need to assess what cancel culture is at this point. Yes, it does exist. We do live in we do live in a society and a culture that likes to dogpile, and the mob mentality is very real, and the pitchforks and the whole thing. Oh, this person said a slur jokingly 15 years ago. Let's take his career and his children away. That exists.
Yeah.
But when you take a look at the guys who are super super talented, they've all had careers. Like Gillis has had a career. Rogan's bounced back. A lot of these guys. What I think it is, I don't mean to go on like a whole thing here. I'll let you. But what I think it is, it exists in tiers, right? The people on the lower end, the lower tiers of like open mic comedy, if they rock the boat a little too much and they're not cordial and they're not playing the social game to a degree and they're just going up and they're just pissing people off and they're mouthing off to people, that's going to bite them in the ass, and not as many people are going to want to work with them.
Right? Absolutely. And we see a lot of those examples of like the people we
for sure. And a lot of those people are funny.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people are cool. I got no personal issue with them, but that's kind of that's the deal a lot of the time. And there are people on that side that are also pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And they have no business censoring comedy and doing so. they do have a valid argument in a lot of ways. But
For sure.
Yeah, I'm pro dark comedy ultimately.
What I was saying is that
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, and I do believe that things go in cycles, and
Right.
there are seasons to everything that you can like recognize patterns. But I think it's like taking taking a pole and sticking it in the ground, and then you pull it over and you let it go, and it'll
Sure.
go back and forth and back and forth. It never really stays there, right? So you pull it all the way to the left, which it was, and now it's bouncing back to the right. And we're going to overcorrect on the right and bounce back to the left.
I'm just very cautious when you hear people who are conservative oftentimes being like, woke is dead, man.
It's not.
Dying.
Nothing is
like,
dead.
No, like I'm cautious because it's like you're going to start seeing the institutions. I mean, tech
And by the
pretty
way-
much is... Tech is a little different because you have guys like Zuckerberg and Tim Cook and all those people signing off on Trump, right? They were all
and
his
it's funny. I have a bit about this that I've been doing. It's so hilarious whenever you see a new president being elected, whoever they are, all the tech bros or all the tech billionaires turn into like thirsty dudes on Tinder. You know what I mean?
Well, they are. It's like Tim Cook was at Trump's inauguration.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Cook has, if you look at him, he has the energy of a leather daddy.
Yeah.
He should have an apple in his mouth.
Yeah.
And it's insane to me that like fuck it, he's just sitting in the back there. He's like a lost guy at a parent teacher conference.
Yeah.
He's embarrassed to tell people he's like wearing a G-string right now. Like he has that vibe, right?
He totally
and he's
has
at
a
Trump's inauguration.
remote
and it's
control butt
I don't
plug
care.
in.
I don't hate people if they were at his inauguration, obviously, but it's like I find it weird that they're that much of it. Like Zuckerberg and all those guys are fucking sellouts. Like I don't find it weird. I don't find it weird. I find it surreal at this point because they were such hard riders for on the left, and censorship and a lot of that shit.
And guess what? For all these guys, it's all about business because like when they're running such big corporations, they have to be friendly with the government. Yeah. They have no other choice. They have to. That's their job. That's a big part of their job.
You know what, Tim?
I almost think Mark Zuckerberg started doing jiu-jitsu because he saw, Joe Rogan's close with Trump, and he saw.
Yes.
Probably that's why he started doing
Those
jiu-jitsu.
guys are all calculated. None of them are left leaning. They can all be bought. You know what Tim Cook reminds me of? You know what he's got the vibe of?
What?
A guy that's too embarrassed to admit he just cum farted.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. I think we should end it there.
Yeah.
Should we fucking call it?
Yeah.
All
Tim
right.
Cook, cum farts. Thanks for watching.
Much love. Thank you.
See you soon, guys.
Bye, guys.